In today's video, I'm going to show you how, as a WooCommerce store owner, you can be alerted before a product goes out of stock. So imagine the scenario, you're selling your products really well, and then all of a sudden, one of your best sellers goes out of stock, you haven't reordered, and you're missing all those important sales. What we can do with WooCommerce is first set a threshold level. So if your product goes below a certain level, to send an email, and then we can also have it alert you when a product actually goes out of stock. So we're in the back end of our WordPress site. Go to WooCommerce settings, go to products, and then click on inventory. In this section we can set our store-wide settings for alerts like this. So we're saying we've got a low stock threshold of 2. Depends upon how fast your products sell, that might not be enough. So if you've got something that's sending out 10 units a day, perhaps you need to set your low stock threshold to be 20 to be alerted. Perhaps even more, depending upon how long it takes you to restock those products. So if it's got a long lead time, perhaps you need to set it at 100. And then we can have an out of stock threshold when it actually goes out of stock, or you can set it out of stock when it gets down to 10, for example. And then we can then have an option to hide it if it does go out of stock. I think that's quite frustrating as a shopper to come to add something to my cart only to find it's out of stock. So perhaps you might want to hide it from the catalog when it does go out of stock. So these are store-wide threshold levels that we've set. What happens if you have a product that doesn't sell as often? Perhaps you only sell 1 or 2 units a year. So you don't really want to have a low stock threshold of 100 and you're not bothered about an out of stock threshold of 10. What we can do is then we can set it at a per product level. So I'm editing my product, go to inventory, and then we have a low stock threshold here. So perhaps we want a low stock threshold of 5, for example. So we can set that at store wide, or we can set it at a per product level. The notification recipients is where those alerts are sent to. We can just add another email address in there if we want to send it more separated by a column of a comma. We can't edit the email that gets sent out like we can for most of the others. So there's no template. I believe there are plugins out there that allow you to change it, but is it really worth it? It's just a little alert saying product X is getting low in stock or product X is out of stock. So we can't really customize the look and feel of those emails. But like I say, do we really need to? So that is how we alert ourselves when we're getting low in stock and when we're out of stock, and to ensure we have the correct stock levels in place to not miss those important WooCommerce sales.